And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. The show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Baltimore Orioles. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Coming up on the first pitch and towing the slab here, Grayson Rodriguez. Chris, what are you looking for from him?
Well, he's been a real quality starter for his club. And coming into this one, what stands out for me is that right-handed hitters have really struggled batting below 200 on the year. It seems they have a hard time picking up his release point and tracking the ball into the zone. So we'll see how right-handers do against him in this one.
Bo Bichette leading things off and takes a strike.
First pitch, 12:35.
Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. High bounce takes it over the fence for an automatic double.
That's such a frustrating play for an outfielder. You know you should make this play, but you never really had a chance because of the bad angle. What should have been an out turned out to be a double.
Now it's the rookie first baseman, one of the stars in the win yesterday, as he had 3 hits. That one drilled left field, and he'll play it on a bounce. And they get it in quickly. First and third now with nobody out.
And that hit carries a little extra meaning, Boog. It keeps his hitting streak going. He is dialed in at the dish right now.
I don't think there's a more confident hitter in all of baseball right now. Looks like he's expecting a knock every time he steps to the plate. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. There's a sense of anticipation in the ballpark as everyone waits to see if he can inch closer to the consecutive. This one in the air right field. Kerstad sizes this one up, makes the grab, one away. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. A guy who's been huge for them over the last month plus, Ernie Clement.
And he just keeps on rolling, Boog. I mean, he's into the 30s with his hitting streak, and with each game he adds to it, he jumps up the list of longest streaks of all time. I mean, I think he just expects to get a hit every single game now. You know, only a select few have reached this territory, so we're seeing something really special right here.
And a base hit on the line. Throws to second, in there safely.
Big RBI for him right there. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
Two on, one out. Ernie Clement next up for the Blue Jays. There's a buzz in the stadium every time he comes to the plate as he tries to. There's a swing and a drive. And that one hops the wall. 1 run is in. Now the throw comes in. Runner holds it third. And that'll keep his hitting streak alive. He's reaching heights that very few players ever had.
Yeah, when you're over the 30-game mark and showing no signs of slowing down, that's when the baseball world starts to get a little excited. This has become the story in the league right now. You start checking off the days until the next benchmark, 40.
That one is absolutely belted. This looks like extra bases. 1 run across, another comes in to score, and they lead by 4. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double. And with every hit that extends his streak, he climbs higher on the all-time list. Rarely has anyone gone this far.
Yeah, Boog, 30 is about as far as most guys can take it, and he's just blown by that mark, and now it actually looks like 40 might be in play. I'll tell you this, as a hitter, it's so hard to not let that weigh on you. Every game you're going out there trying to get it out of the way as soon as possible so that you can focus on the game. Makes it a little tough to relax at the plate. Fastball groove right down the middle. Usually a lot of damage done with that pitch. A hard grounder, but he wanted to get that ball in the air, maybe drive it into the gap.
Now the left fielder, Addison Barger. 4 for 7 in the series, so he's been good. In the air to left down the line. Cowser gets under it. He's got it, and that'll end the inning. So they move out in front after a 4-run outburst. On to the bottom of the first. It's the Blue Jays 4 and the Orioles coming up.
There's nothing that can stop me.
Back here with my pal Siggy and the starter for Toronto, Alek Manoah. He was certainly on point in his last outing, Chris.
Total command last time out. Scattered 2 hits over his outing. He had great stuff. We'll see if he's got it again in this one.
Bottom of the first. And into the box for Baltimore, Cedric Mullins. And a pitch. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Manoah, a former All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, a sinker, and he works in a changeup. Foul ball. Fights it off. He'll see another. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Kicks and fires. And they'll do it again.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Bichette whips it to first. 1 up, 1 down. All right, let's take a look at the Orioles lineup now. One guy leading the way offensively for this club right now, Adley Rutschman.
Tops on the team in batting average, Boog. A guy who's showing off some excellent bat-to-ball ability when he digs in at the plate. You know, that's useful if your team needs to get an inning going, get a leadoff man on. But it's also incredible to have a guy like that in the lineup because he's a run producer who can drive in runs if you've got guys on base already. So he's a huge piece in this lineup.
Ryan Mountcastle in the box now. No balls and a strike.
You know, it didn't take Mountcastle long to make a splash at the major league level. In 2021, he became the first rookie to lead the Orioles in home runs since Kurt Blefary in 1965.
1 out, bases empty. Got him swinging. Slider got him for strike 3.
Well, that right there is just a pitcher's pitch, tailing away from the hitter, blowing away with some good action at the end. You know, even if he gets the bat to that ball, it's probably just a weak ground ball to the opposite side. Tell you what, that's a tremendous 2-strike pitch.
Throws to first in time, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing doing this time around for the O's. They trail it here 4-0. Second inning set to go, and now it's Dalton Varsho.
Number 25, Dalton Varsho.
Line and the pitch. Swing and a ball lined out towards center, and there's 1 down.
It was all over that fastball right there. I tell you what, if he gets under it just by a fraction of an inch or a little bit more, that's way back.
Bo Bichette up to the dish. Led off the game with a double in his first at bat, later scored. Hammer, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed and everybody is a step or 2 behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
That's a hit. Just kind of sliced that one into center. They get it in quickly. So first and second, now 1 out.
Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch you could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
So first and second with 1 gone. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. Throw back in, holds the runner at third. Base is now loaded. Only 1 away. And the streak lives on. He keeps getting closer and closer to the record. There isn't a pitcher in the league who can solve him right now.
It's absolutely amazing, Boog. It seems there's no end in sight, and this is transcending baseball. We're talking almost 2 straight months with a hit every game. To get this close to the record, I want to see this thing happen, and it brings the kind of excitement to the sport that very few records do.
At the belt and fires. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Out number 2.
Up next to the Blue Jays, the third baseman,
Ernie Clement next up for the Blue Jays. A double and a run scored his first time up. Rocketed out towards right center. Mullins makes the grab on the run. So the Blue Jays strand 3, but they lead it 4-0. And welcome back to the ball. We head to the bottom of the second, and stepping in, the rookie left fielder, Colton Cowser. The right-hander back to work. Just missed. Cowser measures 6 feet 2 inches, 220 pounds, a former first-round pick in 2021. High in the air, out to right. Springer pulls that one down, and there's one down.
batting fifth, the first baseman,
Ryan O'Hearn comes up to hit. 1 for 4 with a double in yesterday's game. And first offering is fouled off. And that one fouled off. Left-hand batter waits. Oh, he doesn't get the call. And that is ball 1.
That was pretty close on the inside, and obviously he's not too happy with the call out there on the mound as he lets the umpire hear it a little bit. This is where you can't let that frustration compound itself, though. You got to let it out and move on.
And George makes the grab, and there's 2 down.
batting fifth, the third baseman,
And next for the Orioles, Kobe Mayo, looking for his first big league hit right here. Swing and a miss as he was late.
In the on-deck circle, you really want to use that opportunity to see some pitches and time up the fastball. Last thing you want to do is miss a good hittable fastball early in the count.
Swing and a miss, and he got him. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Orioles held in check there. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score. Back now at Oriole Park, and here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. As he turns on the rubber, and with that good live arm delivers. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases. In safely with a double, his second of the day.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock.
And the batter is George Springer. Grounded out his first time. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98.
Well, these Blue Jays really producing with runners on. It's been a right place, right time kind of game for them. They're getting hits when it matters most and converting base runners into runs. They've got 5 hits with runners in scoring position.
And a foul ball.
One of the most frustrating things for an offense is leaving runners on base. So the big hits they've gotten in this one have made a very happy group of hitters down there.
On the ground to the left, and it finds its way through for a hit. Throw quickly into third. They're at the corners now to start the inning. And that'll keep his hitting streak alive. He's reaching heights that very few players ever have.
Yeah, when you're over the 30-game mark and showing no signs of slowing down, that's when the baseball world starts to get a little excited. This has become the story in the league right now. You start checking off the days until the next benchmark. 40, 44, 50.
This one lifted in the air, left field. No trouble here, puts it away for the out. And there's one down.
The center fielder, number 25, Dalton.
Next to hit, Dalton Varsho. 0 for 1 so far. Hit hard, should be extra bases. One run is in. Throw comes in and holds the runner at third. They're at the corners now with still only one away. And with every hit that extends his streak, he climbs higher on the all-time list. Rarely has anyone gone this far.
Yeah, Boog, 30 is about as far as most guys can take it, and he's just blown by that mark, and now it actually looks like 40 might be in play. I'll tell you this, as a hitter, it's so hard to not let that weigh on you. Every game you're going out there trying to get it out of the way as soon as possible so that you can focus on the game. Makes it a little tough to relax at the plate.
Number 49 will take over here.
And compared to a lot of other relievers, strikeouts have not been a big weapon for him this year, so the defense should be active.
So the lineup flips over, and now the shortstop, Bichette. That's a base hit, run scores.
2 consecutive base hits for these guys here. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive in the center field, so that definitely felt good.
So 1 out with 2 aboard, and now the first baseman.
He's been really clutch with runners in scoring position this season, so they'll have to be extra careful in this matchup.
Swing and a high fly ball to left. He's there. He's got it. And there are 2 down.
Not the easiest thing when you're talking about a guy that's, perhaps is going to be in the rotation, maybe a long relief guy, to not start an inning, to come into an inning with pressure on it and try to get yourself comfortable.
At the plate, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., 1 for 2. Singing, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Well, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also...
Well, we'll hold that thought as that's the 3rd out, and we'll end the inning. So it's 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and a couple left on. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Blue Jays 6 and the Orioles nothing. And we're back. Set for the bottom of the 3rd. Now it's the shortstop, Ramon Urias. Mano back to work.
Clearly down in this ball game, and you can't look at the deficit and try to get it all back in one swing. It's got to come one at bat at a time, and even shrink it down smaller, pitch to pitch. Make that guy on the mound work to get you out.
And the right-hander deals. Swing and a miss. Slider got him for strike 3.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Hit in the air, right field, and that is Springer. He's got it, and there's 2 away.
Batting ninth, the catcher.
Adley Rutschman up now. He didn't just play baseball while at Oregon State, Singh. Adley was also on the football team.
Yeah, that's right. Adley was a place kicker his freshman year, averaged 60 yards per kick, and we've all seen the highlight of him tackling Christian McCaffrey. Not an easy feat.
20 tosses to first. Rutschman retired. That's the 3rd out. 3 up, 3 down for the Orioles. They still find themselves down 6-0. Back here in Baltimore, out of the 4th, and now the Toronto cleanup hitter, number 7.
Wagner.
Here comes a pitch. That smash towards center. Mullins brings it in. 1 up, 1 down. Chris, you played here in 2002. What are the memories that stand out as to being a member of the Baltimore Orioles?
for me, it was just pulling into the parking lot and having those that were there with an encouraging smile or a pat on the back, regardless of how things were going. It made it a lot easier to come
to first, but it pulls him off the bag. And you had a cameo in the movie Moneyball as an Orioles player in a highlight clip. Alejandro Kirk getting ready to hit.
So easy to look at the big boys in this lineup, but he has been a pleasant surprise all season long.
Line drive, base hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone. And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. He swings and drives one out to deep left field. And in one hops the wall. One run is in. Now the throw comes in. Runner holds at third. Oh, he throws it away. And this ball's going to wind up out of play. So a big-time costly mistake there.
Well, go ahead and cue up the circus music, Boo. That's about as rough as it gets. I mean, errors are never fun, but when it basically turns into an inside-the-park home run, that's pretty embarrassing.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Cowser makes a nice running catch.
The center fielder, number 25.
2 outs, base is empty. And now for the Jays, Dalton Varsho. Liner, and that should be extra bases. But he holds up at first. Good play out there to cut it off.
Now batting, shortstop.
Bo Bichette gets a chance to hit. 3 for 3 with 2 singles and a double. That one ripped. And one hops off the wall. Should be extra bases. Lead runner gets the stop sign at third. It's a 2-out double, second and third now.
Oh, this has been a really nice game at the plate for him. He looks locked in. That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front and lifted into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you just don't even feel the ball hit the barrel. That's a pure stroke.
Next is the speedy first baseman. Right down the chute. That's strike one. Righty delivers. Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the third out. 3 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors, but 2 are left stranded. We're midway in the 4th. Jays 9 and the Orioles nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark. John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Cedric Mullins. The pitch. That one finds the zone, and it's 0-1.
Well, every pitcher wants run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
Got him looking. One gone here.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher on the same page right now.
Here's Ryan Mountcastle. Struck out swinging his first time. And that's in there for strike one.
Boog, over 80% of his first pitches are strikes. You're doing that, you could have a really good day out there on the mound.
Varsho after it. Squeezes it, and there's 2 down.
The batter, the second baseman.
Now Jordan Westburg. Grounded out his first time up. High fly ball out to left field. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. Not stopping. He's going for 3. And he's got himself a triple. So 2 down. So now the Orioles cleanup hitter, Colton Cowser. And there's the strike. Two outs and a runner at third. Here in the third and final game of the series. Right through there for a strike. And a foul ball. He stays alive. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. And the Orioles leave one. Steep hill to climb. It's a 9-0 deficit. We're back, and there's a new arm on the mound to start the fifth. Dylan Tate.
Don't expect to see a whole lot of swings and misses, but he's going to compete out there on the mound.
And now to the plate, here's the Toronto DH, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Hammered on a line to left, base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
And next will be the cleanup hitter. 1 for 3. This one smoked out to left. And there's one down.
Now got it. Third baseman, Ernie Clement.
So up next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. Left field, way back there. Dives, but it falls. And now it looks like extra bases. Clement into second, and he's got a double. Hung up in a rundown now. And they tag him out. Applies the tag, and they get 2. Double play. So no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left on. Home half of the 5th coming up. Jays 9 and the Orioles nothing. We head to the bottom of the 5th, and here's the first baseman, Ryan O'Hearn. And here it comes. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Dominant performance for him today. Just 2 hits allowed so far, no runs across either, and he's had an answer for just about every hitter he's faced. So I don't think this hit is going to knock him off his stride too much.
Man at first. So next to hit for Baltimore, Kobe Mayo.
And there's one thing on his mind this at bat, getting that first hit at the big league level.
Mayo, 22 years old, and he was drafted in the 4th round in 2020. Swung on, popped up on the infield, settles under this one, hauls it in, and there's one away.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
And into the box for Baltimore, Ramon Urias. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. Foul back our way, and that's out of play. Next offering is in for a strike. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. The Orioles with a lot of ground to make up. Last half of inning number 5. Slider got him for strike 3.
Well, one of the things that hitters will do is they'll look for that red dot on the baseball as it's coming in to let them know what the pitch is. And if they see the red dot, it's typically a slider. But when a guy's got a really tight one with high spin rates, very difficult to determine. And that's probably why we saw a swing and miss right there. Just a nasty pitch.
On the ground to third. Over to first. Gets him easily. Ends the inning. One left for the Orioles. And they're down 9-0. Back now at Oriole Park. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. Here's the Toronto catcher, Alejandro Kirk. Tate back to work. That one ripped. And that gets down into the gap. And he's got a double, his 4th hit. So man aboard. Here's George Springer. Hit hard on the ground to short. Now one gone in the top of the 6th. Addison Barger will hit next. 3 flyouts already. He's 0 for 3. Now a screamer into the outfield. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. 2 away.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Here's the center fielder, Dalton Varsho.
We just saw another really good swing in that last at-bat. It didn't result in a hit, but those types of cuts are the reason why they're playing with the lead right now.
And first offering is fouled off. Runner at second, 2 down. On a line out towards center. Drops into the glove, and that is that. No runs, 1 hit, a double, no errors, and 1 man left. 9-1-2 scheduled to hit in the home half of the 6th. Jays 9 and the Orioles nothing. Here's Adley Rutschman, really thriving with the bat this season here at home. And he deals. That one finds the zone. 0-1.
You know, these Orioles just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
Springer there makes the catch. Rutschman retired. 1 down.
Yeah, I'm looking at his body language, and he just doesn't seem like things are in sync, and the ball's just not coming off his bat the way it did earlier in the regular season.
Back to the top of the lineup, Cedric Mullins, the next to hit for the Orioles. And there's the strike.
And on the mound, you know confidence has to be pretty high with all of the swings and misses. He's had them eaten out of the palm of his hand pretty much all game.
1 down, base is empty. In the air, left field. And they get Mullins for the out. And there's 2 away.
The batter, number 6, designated hitter.
Now at the plate, Ryan Mountcastle.
Well, they kept him pretty quiet in this series. Still doesn't have a knock. I know you want to get that first knock out of the way. Maybe more will come, but you got to give some credit to the pitching staff. They've had a great plan against him. I'm impressed by the number of first pitch strikes. He's not afraid of contact. Some guys, they'll nibble just because they don't want to get hit hard. That's not what we're seeing here.
Righty to the plate. Just missed.
Well, as good as things can be, it can be a tough day at the office, even for the skippers. Seeing the offense just sputter, not able to get anything going.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another. The pitch. Battling here as he fouls it away.
Now he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create just a little bit of illusion at the end.
That ends the frame. We go to the top of the 7th. Now here's the leadoff man for the Blue Jays, Bo Bichette.
No matter what, you're playing this kind of rivalry.